Good afternoon, you guys. Happy Crafter Day. You guys, I have a fun one for us today. You're going to need your Stamparatus and something that has greenery on it because we're going to do a stamped wreath using our Stamparatus. So let's create, but I want to show you what I have so far. I'm not going to give it away though, but you guys are going to love this idea. Okay, so here's what we've got. I've got real red, old olive, and shaded spruce for my inks. You guys, I'm going to go through, I have some red ribbon. I have a piece of real red that is 3 7/8 by 4 1/8. I also have soft suede pieces, 4 1/4 by 11. And then this one, you guys, and I already embossed it. This one is 1 1/4 by 4. And then the last stuff is the vanilla. So this one is 1 3/8 by 4 1/8. This one is 4 by 4. Don't panic, it's still going to work. 4 by 5 1/4, and then you'll see I have some pine cones that we're going to use on our wreath too. I want to put these together first, and so that none of the parts get lost, you guys, because you know how it goes around here, right? Your craft table is, I'm sure, not much different than mine. Once it's out of sight or put in a safe place, right? Who has a safe place? Who has a safe place and everything gets lost? Yeah, that would be me. Oh my gosh. That would be me. Okay, so we're going to take our crumb cake piece and we're going to put our soft suede piece on. And I hear you guys asking me, Jennifer, is there an easier way to do this? There is, but there isn't. What I do is I line up this little crook down here. And let me hold it that way. See how that lines up there? That's kind of where I go off of. Hold that on for a second so the glue takes hold. And there's that one. And then our second one here. This is the little one. So we got one big one and one little one. And a little dab of glue will do it. Move this. And I do the same thing with this one. That little section down on the bottom. That's how that lines up. And I like using the dark in the front. Everybody does it differently, so if you like to do it in a different, if you like to flip them, that's fine. It's your card. Okay, so we're going to move all this stuff to the side because I want to talk about making a wreath with your Stamparatus. We've done this before. I don't think I've ever done it for YouTube though. So grab your Stamparatus and I'm going to walk you through. I'm going to put that down there. I'm going to walk you through how I made my template, and let me move some things so that I can remove the glare. Can you see that now? You guys, I used a 3 by 3 piece of cardstock and a 4 by 4 piece of cardstock, and I did the best that I could about putting it in the middle. And then I used a marker and I purposely did 2 different colors because I actually marked 3 by 3, 4 by 4, just to make it easy for myself because, you know, sometimes you get forgetful. And then, yes, I did laminate it. I laminated it so that it would stay because, you guys, paper doesn't last forever. So I laminated it so that I would have this for all eternity. Okay, so I like to start with the point up. Everybody does something different, and that's okay too. There is no right or wrong way for this. And because of the photopolymer, you're going to need 2 magnets. If yours are broke, don't worry about it. It's all good. And then you're going to need 2 different, I'm using 2 different stamps. If this is your first time doing this, use 1. I'm using the Christmas season stamp set, and I'm using this holly leaves, and I'm using the single sprig here. You guys, I try to keep my stamps that I use a little bit smaller. So I'm going to show you this. This is what I made. How gorgeous is that, right? Super pretty. This is what we're going to make today. You will be able to make this by the time we're done. And it's super exciting. So we're going to put that to the side. But I have my stamps already lined up. But I know that you guys want to see where I placed them. So let me, I don't know that I cleaned that off. So hang on one sec. I don't want to get stamp on there just yet. I do highly, highly recommend a chamois, you guys, for this. If you don't have a chamois yet, I have a lady that can hook you up. I'm just saying. Okay. Make sure everything's in the shot here. All right. The easiest way to line this up is to take your stamp. Oh, I'm going to have to redo them both now. That's all right. I'm going to take your stamp and I'm going to put it right about here. Whoops. Right about there. And then you're going to pick it. Oh, yeah. You're going to pick it up with your Stamparatus. And then to add our second piece, I'm going to put that to the side for just a second. I'm going to use shaded spruce on our holly leaves. Ink that up. And I'm going to stamp this. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to lift this up and we're going to flip it over because here's where I place my greenery sprig. And I'm going to put it right in the in-between. Here, let me bring it closer so you can see. See how I have that in between those 2 pieces of holly, just like that? So we're going to pick that up and then we're going to ink it up with the old olive. And you guys, don't worry, all the supplies that you will need will be listed in the products below. All right, then we're going to stamp. Just like that. Now, take a deep breath. You did it. So now we're going to do a 1/4 of a turn here. But I'm not going to do the holly this time. I'm only going to do the greenery piece. And I'm going to stamp here. And then I'm going to turn this a 1/4 of a turn. Actually, that's more like an 1/8 of a turn, isn't it? I think that's more like an 1/8 of a turn. And then we're going to flip this back to where the holly goes. So every other turn, you're going to do the holly. So we're going to do holly here. And then flip that back to our sprig. Ink that up. And you guys, I always find if I put one ink on one side and put the other ink on the other side, I have to actually think about where it is. So I'm not as likely to grab the wrong one. And then an 1/8 of a turn. And then this one only gets the sprig. We'll put that there. And then 1/8 of a turn there. Put our magnets back on. This time we're going to do the holly, which is our shaded spruce. Ink that up. Do that stamp. Flip it over. Now I could, if I wanted to, I could add my other arm here and do the berries at the same time. But I found when I did the first one, I didn't add the berries until after the fact. And I thought that freehanding that one was okay because I'm only stamping it a couple of times. So 1/8 of a turn, re-inking our sprig, stamping that, 1/8 of a turn, holly berries next. This should be the last holly berries if I'm or holly leaves if I'm remembering correctly. I'm gonna stamp that. Yep. Still have 2 sprigs to go. So we've got our old olive there. And then we're going to do a 1/4 or an 1/8 of a turn there. And we're putting in 1 more sprig. And that goes here. And look at that. There is our wreath. Isn't that pretty, you guys? I love the mixture of the greenery. And with the holly leaves being a bigger stamp, don't be afraid to do a few less of them. I love how it's all gorgeous in there. All right, so we're done with the Stamparatus part. Let me move that. I'm going to close up my 2 inks. And I have my little berries on just a regular block, and we're going to use our real red, and we're going to, and this time I want to use some ribbon, so I think I'm going to only do 3 because I want my bow to be over here. So we'll do 1 there, and I'm thinking we're going to do 1 here, and move your stamp around. It makes it look interesting. And then 1 there. And then I'm going to use my bow maker. My friend Erica gave me this awesome bow maker. I'm going to use this because I want to do a double stacked bow. And I need to, there we go. So I'm going to tuck this, and I want it small. Try to get the loop over in the middle. And then, so what I did is I wrapped it around twice. I crossed over my piece that was over here and brought it over the ribbon. And then I'm going to tie a knot, making sure that my knot is in the middle, just like that. Come on. There we go. And then here is our little bow. There's our little bow, our double bow. Cute. Then we'll fix up our ends here. I have my ribbon scissors. This ribbon, you guys, really calls for ribbon scissors. It's a delicate cotton ribbon. And that, you guys, is going to go right there on the front. So that is the wreath portion of this card, but this card is going to be a fun fold, so we're going to have to do a little tweaking on this. But first, I want to show you the fold that we're going to do. So we're going to take our 4 1/4 by 11 and we're going to score at 5 1/2. And then I'm going to move some things. I want to bring my arm in here, and I want 1 1/2 inches. So if I'm going to do 1 1/2 inches, that means that this one goes to 6 1/2 and then 7 inches. At 7 inches, we're going to cut. Just like that. Remember, dark is death. So that one kills the paper, and that's okay. All right, so we're going to use this. We're going to burnish this. And now this piece came from here, but we're going to use this piece like this. And it's going to go on. You can see, let me see, can you see there's a little bit of an edge right there? That's what makes this card super cool. So we've got our embossed soft suede piece, and I'm going to put it on the vanilla piece, and there's just a little bit of a reveal on that, and all of this gets glued. Glue, glue, glue. Just that little bit of a reveal. I love, that's that wintry 3D embossing folder in the annual catalog. And then there, this part gets glued on here. So it just brightens it up just a little bit and gives it a little bit of a texture. So that gets glued on like that. Now, let's talk about this piece, because our red piece, which I cut, that fits on there. But this one is a little bit too wide. Now, I purposely did this as a 4x4 because it's easier to make a wreath that way. However, I need to take, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check again. I need to take a 1/16 of an inch, I think, off. Because that's a 1/4. Yep. I need to take, because this one widthwise measures 3 7/8. So I can't take off, you know, just on the one side. So I need to take our little 1/16 of an inch here and a 1/16 of an inch on this side, just to narrow it up. And it should, nope, it was 1/8 of an inch, but that's okay. We'll do the same thing. That's all right. I didn't want to cut that other wreath, you guys, because I wanted you to be able to see it. Okay. So there is, there we go. So now this vanilla piece will be 3 3/4. 3 3/4 by 4. So 3 3/4 by 4. All right, this is going to get glued on here. And then we have a sentiment and our insides to stamp yet. So I'm going to put this on here. And if you have red rhinestones would be a great addition on here. I'm going to put these on with dimensionals. That'll go in the middle. That'll go here. Red rhinestones would be a fun add. Oh, we could use Wink of Stella too. I didn't grab my red rhinestones. So we'll do this, and oh, we want our bow to go here, so I want that on the left, and it's got a super little reveal also. Let's do it this way, just like that. Now to attach this to this, see where that soft suede is there? We're going to line that up with the soft suede from the extra panel, this piece. And I do want a little bit of a reveal down here. So we're going to do a thin bead of glue. And you guys, be aware, you don't want to go crazy. You want a thin bead of glue, enough to make it stick, but not enough for it to ooze all over. So, and we're going to take this piece and we're lining it up with that soft suede, but then I want to make sure that it's up far enough so that there's an even reveal all the way around. Oh. There we go. So we have that is our card front. We've got our greenery up here. We've got our wreath here. Now we're going to put on our bow. Take your pick tool. And we'll put that on right there. I think I'm going to put one more just to make sure that it stays on. There we go. So there's our little bow on our wreath. Now, I don't think, oh my gosh, you guys, I don't believe it. Two videos in a row, and I don't think I want to do a sentiment on the front. So I'm going to just do sentiment on the inside. But the one thing I want to do, and I won't forget about that, the one thing I want to do is I want to take off my stamps that I used on my wreath, and I want to add them to the inside. To pull it all together. So I'm going to take my holly here, and I'm going to put it in my upper corner, and then I'm going to take that sprig and I'm going to add that like that, and then may this be a Christmas to remember and cherish is going to be our sentiment, because it says, basically it tells us to have a Merry Christmas, and we're going to do that in red. Red. Here's the red. Now, if you would like, you could add more sprigs, but I think that this is good. So we'll do that, and then we're also going to do a little bit of berries here. I'm going to grab my scrap paper, do a little bit of berries down here on the end. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love that. Okay. This goes on the inside. And we only have one thing left, and that's our pine cones. There's our inside sentiment. And you should, the way that we have the card set up, you should not see the vanilla for the inside. So this, I think we're going to tuck in one pine cone there, And I'm going to add a dimensional, and we're going to add one more. And I'm just going to pop them up here. So I think I need mini dimensionals. Nope, I don't. Yes, I do. Those are black ones. And let's use the little pieces. All right, so no ribbon scissors. Here is, all right, so I'm going to put a mini dimensional on the top of the big one. And I'm going to do glue on the bottom so that we can dimensional up the little one. So this can go in here like that. And I think that maybe we'll add this one right there. Tuck it in with the ribbon. There we go. I like that. Okay. And then this will go tucked in here. And I really am tucking the ribbon in so that that needs a little trim. And then our Wink of Stella. We'll wink up these berries. Because they are frosted berries after all, right? There we go. Oh, I think I forgot that one. All right, so there's that. Now, if the ribbon is not cooperating, which mine doesn't seem to be cooperating, I'm going to show it who's boss. And I'm going to add a glue dot, and there we go. There is our Christmas wreath card with our greenery and our inside. All right, you guys. If you have any questions, if you have any questions about how I set up my wreath building template, then do go ahead and put make a comment, and I will do my very, very best to help you out. Or you can shoot me an email here if it's an in-depth question. Shoot me an email. I will be able to help you. I love this technique, you guys. You can do any type of smaller size stamp and make it a wreath. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I think that I've done up to 3 stamps to create a wreath. It's a matter of, and seriously, I sit down and I take my scrap. Take a piece of copy paper, you guys. It's a lot cheaper than cardstock, but I just use the very vanilla, so it's not super expensive either, but I take my correct measurement. So if I do the 4x4, if I do the 3x3, and I play with it. Play with the colors. Play with the different directions of the stamps and get it to where you like it. You guys, this is something you're going to fall down the rabbit hole, I promise you, and you are going to love it. And the Stamparatus makes this technique so easy. Seriously, so easy. So I hope that you have fun. You guys, if this gives you the courage to try it, please tag me on your post or head over to my Facebook page and share one of your projects that you made because you tried it. I hope that you do. Please don't forget to hit the like button, you guys, and subscribe to the channel. I have been adding videos, you guys, twice a week. So you'll get something new. Plus, on the 1st of December, I have some super fun ideas for you. You're going to want to come back on the 1st of December and see what I've got. Because you guys know, I'm always up for some shenanigans. Especially Christmas shenanigans, you guys. All right. Thank you. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to have a great day getting crafty. And I will see you next time, you guys.